For those that do not know MRP software screenshot, and I will show you why Odoo has something to do in this market. This is how they look like. You want to work with that? Or that? Or that? Those are all dinosaurs. And the thing is, if you think about it, manufacturing is all about having a lot of different people between the engineering, manufacturing, engineering, logistics, supply chain. You have so many different people that have to work together that you need a good communication software. The key of manufacturing is how do we make these people work together? How do we do when we do an engineering change order that is triggered maybe from the manufacturing, from the engineering to go up to the logistic approval and things like that? But when you work with software like that, you cannot have this. Imagine you cannot communicate, you cannot be productive, you cannot register easily your production with such an old school software. And it's not a critique of this software, because the reason why all those software are old is because building such a software takes 10 years. So it's normal. 10 years ago, all the interfaces were looking like that. The thing is, with the business model of the Odoo or open source development model, we succeeded to reinvent and develop much faster than the other, and I will show you how we did with the demo. So the first thing to keep in mind with Odoo is that now we'll integrate the whole manufacturing business, which is huge. We'll do it in a modern way, quite cheap, and we will cover all the complexities. We will have less need for integrations. And when I mean integration, I mean about all the departments. It could be planning and scheduling, procurement, logistics, quality, production control, maintenance, industrial engineering, asset management, IT, all those things. Can you imagine all those things fully integrated in a perfect software where all the flow works smoothly together? And that's what I propose to show you today. And it's important because one thing you should know is that interfacing two different software, let's say you need your sales software with your MRP software or your maintenance software, interfacing two different software is usually more expensive than the price to implement these two software. So you pay 2 times the price because of the interface. And the cost of an interface not only is a one shot, but it's also the cost on the long term. It always fails because of consistencies between data and all the things. So what we propose is to remove that. Yes?
Production speed you are managing it? The software?
Yeah, I propose to answer all the questions after, because things are coming, and you will see a lot during the demo. So let's start with the beginning. First, not only will we integrate all the things together, but we'll make it simple. And that's actually was the challenge of MRP. It was to reinvent manufacturing, keeping the good thing, overall equipment efficiency, total productivity maintenance, all the things we have to manage them the way they need to manage them. But we had to turn the thing around and say, okay, if you have to rethink it with a new user interface, with productivity in mind, how would we design it? And that's what we did.
Important question. It's version 9 you're talking about, right?
No, it's version 10. 10. It's version 10, so coming in next version, which is October, but for the online users, they will benefit from it in 6 weeks. So what we propose is to have all the things you need in a single software, which is easy and powerful. So maybe I should do an introduction about, for those that are not familiar with a manufacturing industry, I will explain you very quickly what are the departments, what are the documents they use, and who are the people that work with that. Usually you have the manufacturing, the engineering, let's start with engineering department. Those are the engineers, they work on AutoCAD in an office, and they design the plan for the pieces. And the result of that usually is what we call bill of material. So the content, how do we build a specific product? And then you have the manufacturing engineering. It's another department, manufacturing engineering. Those guys are responsible to design the manufacturing line. So once we have the plan, we know how to build the piece. We have a department that have to buy the machine, set up the machine environment, and decide how the worker will work. First, they have to do the first operation, second operation, third operation. So they mostly are responsible of routing. That's what the list of operations to manufacture a specific product. Okay, and then we have the manufacturing. What we call the manufacturing department are the workers, the ones that actually do the manufacturing operation. Usually they work on manufacturing orders, or we can say work orders. Work orders are the tasks we give to the different workers. And then you have the quality team. quality team are responsible for the quality. They will decide when we do a quality check or when there is a quality defect, we'll create a quality alert, and those guys will do the analysis, find the root cause, and decide what to change. Okay, so they will work on quality alert, quality check, and quality control. Let's say control points. And then you might have the maintenance. You can imagine a manufacturing line, just to give you an idea for those that do not know, but I think everyone knows how it looks like. This one is auto, or this, or this, or this. So when you have such a line, you can imagine that if one of the machines fails, it could be critical because the rest of the line could be stopped because the product has to move from one operation to the other one. So it's very important to fix all the issues you might have on the different operations very quickly. So usually they have a maintenance department that will fix all these issues, but also do the preventive maintenance. So they will work mostly on maintenance requests. Okay, and then you have the supply chain, because you have when you sell a product, this product may have 200 components to build this product. So imagine you have a motorbike, you have to build a motorbike, and you need wheels. Those guys are responsible to bring the wheels in the manufacturing line on time. Which is complexity in terms of scheduling and so on, but they're also negotiating purchasing. So they work on purchase order, purchase tender, blanket orders, all that kind of things, and procurement, internal procurement requests. And then you have the logistic or inventory. Let's say those that do the inventory. They're responsible on reception, delivery, and all the things. They will work on reception document, delivery, and so on. Okay. What we propose is to have all those guys working on the same environment together. Why is it important? Because imagine suppose you have a quality problem. You do manufacturing and you notice a quality defect. What should you do? The quality team design a control point. The control point in the manufacturing department, a worker is working. It detects a problem. It creates a quality alert. It goes to the quality team. They analyze the root cause, and they notice that we should change the quality of the material we use. Okay, they cannot just change the quality like that. They have to contact the supply chain that have to renegotiate with the supplier. And then they will renegotiate, and they will ask the engineering department to change the plans. You have to change the plan. We have to do the piece a bit differently. But we need the agreement of manufacturing engineering, because they will do the worksheet so that the worker knows exactly what are the operations he should do, because if the piece is a little bit different, maybe he should assemble it differently. Can you imagine a single small thing, like I started with a quality check, could trigger communication with all those departments? So that's why the modern approach of Odoo is great, is that we will allow this communication very efficiently, smoothly in a single software, but also with a modern user interface. Clear? The good thing also, usually you have that kind of thing is managed by an MRP. Engineering, they work more on a PLM. Manufacturing engineering, they work usually on MRP. That's usually dedicated software for quality, dedicated software for maintenance. Supply chain is an ERP with inventory. And you could add things like after-sales services that will be an help-desk software. So all those different kinds of software, you don't need to integrate them together. It's now part of Odoo. Okay? Here. So some of the features I will show you today. I will start by the engineering with PLM, bill of material, and versioning. Then we'll go to manufacturing engineering, how we design routing worksheet for the workers. Then we'll go on the manufacturing, how do we plan, control, and manage the work orders. After, I will show you some of the things on the supply chain, how do we procure automatically with make-to-order, minimum stock rules, master production schedule, and then we'll see a bit of quality and maintenance. So we will have the full scope of an industry. For those that do not know Odoo, I've seen a few people that do not know Odoo yet. We are as good and as complete as that for services companies and all other kinds of companies. So that gives you an idea on the scope of Odoo. Okay, let's start by the beginning. How is Odoo structured? So in Odoo, everything is an app like this. So you have app, which is basically discuss, it's just to discuss between people. It's a real-time discussion software where you can have a group of discussion, or you can live chat. If I want to chat with one of my colleagues, I would discuss with the demo user. and I can contact him and write directly to him. So that's all about communication, that's discussed. But now I'll show you the manufacturing hubs. So we do have sales like before, but purchase for the supply chain, where we'll manage purchase tender, blanket orders, requests for quotations, and so on. Inventory management, for those that know Odoo, is still the same. I will show you after manufacturing, but we also have apps now which are new apps for quality, product lifecycle management, and maintenance. So you can already see with all those apps that the scope is covered. We can have a look at the different apps. So let's have a look at the quality. You have the dashboard with the quality alert, the quality checks that are in progress, or you could go to the manufacturing, and you have a dashboard with your work centers. Some work centers you need to plan orders. You have the overall equipment efficiency that is computed here. We see here that we have a problem in the line. The bullet is red because there is a problem. So you have dashboard for every application. That's the way Odoo is structured. So if I go to the sales, I will have a dashboard for the salespeople. Where I can check my quotation. I did not install the CRM, but if you install the CRM, there are more things in the dashboard, like meetings, calls, and target for the business opportunities, and so on. So every application has its own dashboard, and it's the same for the maintenance, PM, PLM quality, and new manufacturing application. Okay, so as you can see, it's very easy, super fast, and you can switch application very quickly. It's fully working on the browser, so you have nothing to install. And let's start with the manufacturing planning. There are three ways to manage the planning in Odoo. To automate the manufacturing of, or the purchase, you can use it for purchasing too, of different products. One is the master production schedule, MPS. One is the minimum stock rule, and the other one is make to order. Minimum stock rule and make to order already exist in Odoo today. What we have added for the new version is the master production schedule. So the master production schedule and minimum stock rule make to order will trigger manufacturing order based on customer demand. Okay, and then we will manage the planning on those manufacturing order with a Gantt chart and a capacity planning and adjustment. So let's start with that. So I go to the manufacturing, and I will start with the master production schedule. So I click on the manufacturing application. I have all my dashboard and my work centers, and I will go to the master production schedule. And now I can record my demand forecast. So how much quantities per product I expect to sell, and based on that, the system will compute the net demand. To make it simple, I just put 2 products, but you can add more products by clicking here. The computer is using the mouse, and it's the only product using the mouse so that we can see the interaction between the different products. Okay, but you have to imagine that we manage that on 1,000 products, of course. So it's very easy that you can work by month or by week or by day. It depends on the industry. Sometimes you want to work scheduled by day, by week, by month. So let's come back by month or by month. So you can record your demand forecast. So we expect to sell 20 of this product for this month, and the system will reschedule and recompute the future. Okay, how does it work? It starts with the starting inventory. We have 50 pieces beginning of May. We have a demand forecast of 0. Let's put 10. We have a demand forecast of 10. We expect to sell 10 of these. We have a need of 10 for these products. Minus indirect demand. Indirect demand is other products that need this product to be manufactured. We have nothing because it's a finished product, but this one has indirect demand because it comes from the demand of this product. Plus what we will produce. And we put some constraints here that we see that there is a constraint which is we accept to produce between 0 and 20, but you could put no constraint at all. And if you do the math of this, you get the forecasted inventory. And we set here a target of 5, which is a security stock of 5 pieces for this. And the system will compute you May, June, July. So it's very efficient. You can show to your supplier, here is the forecast of the demand. Please prepare this. And you can make firm orders when you want to trigger. So imagine you've manufactured a motorbike. Your motorbike needs to use wheels. Okay, you have 3 weeks to produce the motorbike. It's the time to produce 1 motorbike. But the wheels, you need 2 months to purchase them at your supplier because he is in China. So you have to schedule the demand forecast of your motorbike for 3 months. And this will deduce when you have to buy, more or less now, your wheels. And the system will do that because of the master production schedule very easily for you. You have nothing to do. So you change your forecasted quantity. And when you apply, it will apply on the demand of all the components that this product uses. Okay? And the system compute the quantity to produce. You can force and change if you click. So by default here, I don't need to produce anything, but I can change and force and say, okay, I want to produce 20, and the system changes. I see here that I will have two problems in August and in October because my inventory will become negative. So I have to find ways to produce more or to maybe purchase to a subcontractor or something like that because I will have a problem there. So maybe I will force the system and say, okay, please give me a 30 at that time. I still have 35, a problem of 35 here. Okay, so that's the master production schedule. And usually when you have the green cell, you don't see it, I'm not sure you see it, it's a green background. It means that this should be triggered today. But sometimes if the lead time is 3 months, you will have green background up to here, which means that those ones should be firmed. It's already too late. If I need 3 months to get a mouse, I cannot say I need a mouse for May because it's too late. Okay, so the green background is what should be launched now as firm orders to my suppliers or manufacturing. And I can launch all the green cells, and it will trigger the purchase order and the manufacturing orders according to the plan. Clear for everyone? You could easily change the constraint here. I can click and change minimum, maximum, forecasted quantity, or I can launch only this green cell, this one. So now I launched a purchasing of 20, and the system created a request for quotation for 20. And now the supply chain department just have to do the follow-up. In one click, they can purchase. Okay. Or I can launch all the products at once by clicking on this button. What else do we have here? You can always sort, filter. It's very easy. No reload of page. It's super fast, as usual with Odoo. Or you can say, if you want, what we often do is to print for a specific supplier. So you filter on a supplier and you say, okay, I will just show him the demand forecast. I will remove these rows like this. And I will just print him this document so that he knows what he should prepare for the midterm. Because when you're in manufacturing, you have to be sure that your supplier deliver on time. So you have to keep it informed of the demand you will have if you have peaks or something like that. So that's the master production schedule. It's a new way to schedule things in Odoo. It's very easy, very intuitive, fast, flexible. And this will trigger the manufacturing orders and the purchase order for you. Of course, you can still use the old methods of Odoo, which are minimum stock rules, make 2 orders, and things like that. Okay. So you launch the green cell, you can click here, I think I've seen all the features of that. Yes. Okay. Or you can add new product just by clicking here. Graphic card. And here, now I can schedule my graphic cards too. Okay. So that's way, so you can very easily manage your planning with the master production schedule. And this will trigger manufacturing orders or purchase order for you. And then we do the difference between the planning and the scheduling. I don't know if people know the scheduler of Odoo, how it works, but I will not go into the details, but you have a scheduler. Based on what you promise to your customer, it will say, okay, this manufacturing order has to be done by that date. And it computes that based on lead times, number of operation, as usual in Odoo. Now we have a new system. We have the expected dates that are on the manufacturing order that define a priority. So it will generate manufacturing orders by priority, but the exact scheduling is done at the scheduling level. You can now plan your manufacturing orders, and that will trigger work orders at specific dates using the capacity of your work centers and the calendar of the people. Maybe they don't work on Saturday and Sunday, you have 3 teams that work all the day. So that's the calendar that you register in the system. And so the result is the Gantt chart and the list of work orders to be done by work centers. So that's the new thing that we introduced is the scheduling of the work orders based on capacity planning. It's MRP2. So you work in 2 steps. The system generates the manufacturing orders for you, and then you schedule the manufacturing orders you want. How do we do that? You go to your dashboard, and you see here that this work centers has work orders because it's green, so it's fine. The worker has something to do. But for this work center, it's orange. I have a problem. They have nothing to do. So I can click here and I can plan orders. The system proposes me all the manufacturing orders that use this work center. So I can plan the order so that the worker will have a job to do today. So that's the role of the planner, the manufacturing planner. He will go and launch all the manufacturing orders. The way it does it is more simple than that. It just goes to orders to plan. And usually, I have only one. I have only one, but it selects the whole list and and it can launch all the manufacturing orders at once. Okay. Or you can say, okay, this one is more priority, it's a bigger priority, so I'll launch this one, but not the other one. You can launch one by one and then launch the rest. And the system will respect the priorities based on the expected days that come from the scheduler of Odoo. Sorry, I'm a bit fast. I hope you are still concentrated on the thing, but I have a lot of things to show you today, so I prefer to move forward and you ask questions if it's not clear. So you have your manufacturing orders that is confirmed here, but it's not planned. I can launch it manually. I can plan, and it will generate work orders that we see here, 3 work orders for this operation. That is the job to do. Okay, and for that we use the capacity planning and the Gantt chart. Once I've done that, I can check my planning, and I have my planning by production, which is here by week. And you see that all the steps are planned, or you can check by work center. Usually we prefer this one, the planning by work center, and you get all your operations that are here. Of course, you have much more than that, and you have to imagine a bigger planning, but all the things are computed automatically based on schedule time. You see here, this operation is much longer than the other. I don't think it's longer. It's because it starts at the end of the day and have to continue at the beginning of the next day because they work from 9 to 5. But because I think I configured all the operations to be 1 hour. But that gives you an idea of how the capacity planning system works. So now you have your manufacturing orders that are generated, and we plan work orders. So we assign tasks for all the workers. And if I go to my dashboard, good, everything is green. Everyone has a job to do on my work centers. Okay, all the buttons here are green. So that's good for planning and scheduling. How do we schedule? We have 2 ways of working. The usual way the industry works is to set time on every operation of the routing. So they will say they do some what we call time clocking. So they will measure the time of the worker. So someone is responsible for the chronometer. He will measure the worker for every operation, and then he will register the system on the routing. It's a stupid job. It's a lot of time. For some of the company I worked for, they had 10 people dedicated to do some time clocking. Imagine the job. And after they register on the routing, and of course the routings change every time, so the time were never good. So it's a waste of time, and it's never accurate for your forecast. That's one thing. But some companies need that, so we support that. But the way we do it in Odoo is way more innovative. We compute the time automatically based on we will put on every work center a tablet. And so the operators can do everything on the tablet. So when they start doing manufacturing, they click produce, then they finish end production, and then the system computes the time automatically, and the scheduling of the operations and the type of operation is updated automatically based on average and the rules you set. So it's super efficient. No need to have people that do some time clocking. It updates automatically. So if you improve the process so that it's more efficient, you will see the scheduling that automatically adapts to the new process. So you save time and you get more accurate in the costing and the scheduling. How do we do that? If you go to the master data, you go to the routings. Let's get a routing. This one. Now you can set on every operation of the routing. What the other software do is this: set them manually. So okay, I will measure and say, okay, this is a 23-minute operation per piece after you multiply by the different things. Or you can say, okay, compute automatically based on the last 10 work orders, and the first time we think it's around 20 minutes. So before we had 10 work orders, you will use 20 minutes, and after you will use the average. Okay. It's also good because when you do that, when you do time clocking with the workers, I don't know if you already have done that. I have done that. Of course, they do it very slowly. So, so you are measuring. You know it's not good. They do it slowly so that they manage their own expectations, so that they know that the target will be okay. When you work on average, it's it's much better because when you measure every time on a work center control panel, you will have the average, and it's very easy to know what is good and what is not good. When it's good, it's not because they are below or above the target. It's because you have, should be in French, l'écart type, standard deviation. So if you have a measure of the time for the same operation that goes like this, it's probably that you can improve. If it's able to do that fast, probably there is a problem. If it's always the same, probably is already optimized. So by measuring everything, the detection of the bottlenecks is way improved. Okay, and it's less work. So you could use this or this, you choose. You can use the old style method or the new Odoo one. To use the new Odoo one, you need a tablet at every work centers. Okay? Or you have some operation like that's minimum. I will not go into the details, but you can work by batch of 1 product or 10 products or whatever. That means that once an operation is finished, can I push the product to the next operation? Or should I do by batch? I do all the batch and then I push to the next operation. And then you have the duration and the number of cycles and so on, but that's quite classic. Okay, so we have the master production schedule. The master production schedule launch manufacturing orders, and then the planner trigger the manufacturing orders, and you get work orders, and then the workers can start doing the job. And we will finally manufacture something. Okay? The way we manage manufacturer, I already explained you, is to use tablets. So we have, you could or not, you choose, but it's way more efficient. We put a tablet on every work center, and from the tablet, the worker can do everything. First, he comes in the morning, he sees what he has to do. No need to print sheets, show him the sheet, and then he loses a sheet, and then the process is shortcutted because someone lost a sheet somewhere. So he starts in the morning on his tablet. He has all the operation he has to do. He selects the first one, and from there he can do everything. He can record production. I did 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece. He has the worksheet, so he has the instruction for this work order in front of him. No need to print a book with all the worksheet according to the piece, and he has to search in the book every time he has to do something. He has the worksheet on the tablet. We do the time tracking on the tablet automatically, since we know when you record the production, we compute the time. And from there, you have all the operation. He can record the quality control. Maybe the quality decided the control point, and then he has to measure something. The tablet will tell him, please measure the distance between these 2 lines. And he will measure. We do the barcode support directly on the tablet, or we can trigger quality alerts or issues, or we can say the machine is broken. So everything is on the tablet, so it's that very convenient to manage the whole line. You can launch messages and things like that. It looks like that. You have the tablet with the worksheet, instruction below, and all the operations here that you can use to manage. So let's have a look at that. From the dashboard, I have 2 buttons. I can go there as a manager, and I see all the work orders for this work center. Or I can use this button, and I have the special interface for the tablet. It's the same. The difference is that for the tablet, you have no menu, nothing. It's just, and you have less options. So if I go here, I have only 2 options, where if I use the other one, I have all the options of the manager. He can change the timesheet and all the things. Okay? So you can see here that when I open, I have all my work orders. I have only 1, so not a busy day today. And when we start working on this work order, I have already my worksheet that is here. I just have to follow the instruction, pick and insert, and then undo this, and then do this. And I just have to click start working, and that's it. If I scrap a piece, if I break something, I just click scrap a piece, and I can register the number I scrap. If I have a quality problem, I register my quality problem. So imagine how the line works if you put a tablet. Tablet just costs 200 euros. If you put tablets on all your work centers, the time you save in the company is incredible. Let's see that from the work orders screen. Okay, so here I have 0, I have to produce 3. It tells me that it's ready to produce, so all products are available. And I can start working. I just click start working, and the system starts counting the time for the operation. Maybe I have to go to lunch, so I just click pause. I go to lunch, then I come back. I continue my production, and then I have maybe I could have a quality problem or maintenance problem or scrap. I just have 1 click and I can scrap. 1 click, take my product, and I can scrap a product. I broke something. I register directly from here. It's not available in my inventory, so I probably used the wrong product. But you get the point. You see how easy it is? They can register everything there. Normally, when you have to scrap, they have to write on a sheet of paper. Then the admin guys have to register everything to be sure your inventory is accurate. Here, the worker just click done, and that's it. And by doing that, we schedule automatically. We have a costing that is correct. We have a scheduling that is correct, and so on. Once it's done, you can say, okay, I record the production, and that's record the production. So now I have to go, it's finished, so I have to go to the next one. Okay? And I have a new worksheet with a new instruction, and we continue the process for the day.
Okay, there's a tab called block in the red.
Yeah, I will show all the things. So you can see here that for the manager in his dashboard, he sees here that, hey, there is a problem here. We need to plan more orders because this guy has nothing to do. So that's why I have an orange button with plan orders instead of the usual green one. So you see the information flow automatically. That's very easy. I get the worksheet from the manufacturing engineering. The manager gets informed because there is a problem or thing like that. You have seen the red, so I can start working on this one. Can I do block? Let's say I have a problem. We'll see if it works because we had a problem this morning on this button, but it worked yesterday. So let's say I have a problem. My machine is stopped, okay, or I don't have the product. I cannot manufacture it. The raw materials are missing. So I can click on block. So he says to his manager, I have a problem. I just select the loss reason. For those that know overall TPM, total productivity maintenance, is the reason of the TPM that are already registered in the system. So you just have to choose what's the problem: material availability, equipment failure, setup and adjustment, process defects, reduced yield, and so on. So I will say it's an equipment failure. The bolt is broken. I don't know. And then you block. Good. And then the things are blocked. I cannot work anymore. And of course, the manager gets a red dot here in his dashboard to know that there is a problem. Okay. We also count the cost of this, and overall equipment efficiency is impacted by this too. We'll see afterwards. So all your KPIs are automatically. So let's come back to my work orders. What he could do is say, okay, it's blocked, but I want to launch a maintenance request. So I click and he launches a maintenance request. Please come very quickly. I have a problem. And then it's launched to the, I forget the team. And now it's launched to the maintenance department. And the maintenance department will get an alert and they have to work on it. They will receive by email, of course. For those that know Odoo, we do email gateways and everything can discuss together based on the followers we have on the thing. So all the communication around the company is easy. I can follow if I am interested as a leading foreman. I can just click follow, and I will get all the alerts and the resolution of this maintenance request. So you see how simple it is, and I can come back to my work orders. Now I launch a maintenance request to someone. Someone will come and fix my issue. So when it's fixed, I can unblock and continue working on it. Okay. So I continue my production. I can also launch a quality alert. I see here in my production that there were one maintenance request during my operation. That's why I've been slower than usual. And once it's done, I can report the production. For now on, I've done very simple flow. You will see after that we track serial number, lots, quality alert, and so on. So for now on, it's just manufacture. But you will see I will add features, and I will be able to manage more advanced flows. Okay? So now if I come back to my work center, my OE is very bad. So OE is a concept of total productivity maintenance. 56? Well, it's not that horrible. Close, I think, yeah. It's the way you compute the performance of your manufacturing operations. It's called the overall equipment efficiency, and it computes the percentage of active time you do really manufacturing. And the rest is divided by 6 big loss defined by the TPM methodology. Two of the loss are availability loss, products are not there. Performance loss, you do it too slowly. Or quality loss, you broke something and then you wasted time because of that. And ORE, for those that know, is a very important concept in manufacturing. It's really the performance of the team. It's the key KPI for any manufacturing industry. And it's also at the same time the most complex to measure. Most of the manufacturing company, they cannot measure OE easily because it comes from the maintenance, it comes from the manufacturing, it has some issue with performance, do they register fast and so on. Here, everything is computed automatically for you. Your OE report is and it's red, and it's only 0.62%. Why? Because I had a maintenance request that slowed down the process of a few minutes. Clear? So the work center control panel, you track time, you display worksheet, you register production, you integrate quality check, you have in-process alert. I haven't shown you that yet, but you can send alerts also. So like when someone manufactures this kind of product, I want to put a note, please check that, blah, 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 and he will get a note automatically. Or you can record serial numbers, loads, and so on. Okay, so now I do my manufacturing, and I have a problem, so I will trigger a quality alert. Okay, this one still has something to do. Let's work on this one. I unblock, and I can click here, and I trigger a quality alert. So I have a new quality alert. I have a defect on this system. Please check blah, blah, blah. It just creates a quality alert, save. And from my work center control panel, the tablet, I can trigger quality alerts, okay? And then the quality alerts arrive to the quality team. So I started with the supply chain with the master production engineer. I went to the manufacturing. Now I'm changing my hat. I go to the quality team, okay? So the quality team, they work on their own application, which is the quality application. And from there, they can get access to all the quality alerts. And they see that we have an alert on the computer desk, which is here. So they start investigating. They have their own workflow. They will say, okay, I will assign some tags. It's because of the bolts. Okay, and it's the problem is made by the worker. Worker is you. Okay, and so I analyze, and then I have some root cause. I will assign a root cause, and we say, okay, that's very important, 3 stars. You can define corrective action, preventive action. You can discuss with the team. So I can say, okay, it's fixed. I found okay, I have found the root cause. I think it's da da da. And everyone that is interested in this quality alert will receive the email. They can reply. So the information flows very smoothly. For this use case, everyone is, sorry, it's here, just me. But you could imagine having a team or different people that say, I am interested in that kind of problems, I am interested in that kind of problem, and they receive a copy of everything automatically. So information flow, no need to send emails with lots of people in CC or do manage the things for you. Okay? So you have your quality alert with your quality flow. As usual with Odoo, your process could be completely configured. So let's say you want a validation by the logistic. It's not logic, but let's do it. Logistic validation. You just create a new step. You move this new step there, and you have a new process where you can drag and drop the cards here. Okay. So you see the configuration, the setup. It's drag and drops, very simple. And now you have logistic validation, which is here. Yes, I forget to save it. Okay, so you have all your quality alerts, and then suppose you have found the root cause, you fix the problem, you define the preventive action. So we'll set up a preventive action. What could be the preventive action? Let's say the problem is about, it's the fault of the supplier. It's always the fault of the supplier. To be sure that it doesn't happen anymore, I will call the supplier. Please check that the tolerance on these bolts are correct. You will say, yeah, yes. But I'm not sure I will do it. So I will want to control that every time I receive a product from this supplier, with this product, I want to ask the inventory team to check that they did the job. So what I will do as a quality responsible, I will create a control point. So we do a control point. You could do control points that are root cause, or it's computed, of course, automatically based on this quality loss too. I already explained you that. Oh. Okay. We create quality control point for everything in the process, in the manufacturing, at the reception, at the delivery, between the shipment between different warehouses, whatever you want. So I will say for the product bolt, not for an operation. I will do that for when we receive, but you can say I will check when we deliver, when we manufacture in this warehouse. So we say when we receive in this warehouse, the main quality team should check all operations or randomly every percentage of operation or periodically every 2 days. I want to check my supplier. Okay. I will not wait 2 days. I will check all. What kind of check is it? Is it a pass, fail, or a measure? I can say it's a measure. And I expect to have the distance between je sais pas quoi, the distance between two things. I expect it to be 3 millimeters, but I have a tolerance between 2 and 4. Okay. So you define your quality control. As you see, it's super easy. I have a quality alert, just one click, I create a quality control, and then information flow in the company, and now the inventory guys will have an alert at the right time. So I save. So now if I buy bolts, I will have from this company or your company, when I receive the bolt, I will have a request to measure that the distance is 3 millimeters. Let's do it. So I go to inventory. I skip all the steps. Normally you create purchase order, you receive, you know the default process of Odoo. So let's just receive. I will create a receive from, normally you don't have to create manually and it comes automatically from the system and your purchase, but let's do it manually. I will receive bolts here, one piece. Okay, as you can see here, now I have a new button that appeared, which is quality check. I cannot validate, I hope, no, I cannot, because I still need to do the quality checks. So I click on quality checks and I perform my quality check. And it says, please verify that the distance between these two things is, so I will measure and I say it's 7 millimeters. It says, no, it failed. So my button, I can still click on pass, so I can still accept, but the system proposed me to fail. Or I do, okay, it's 3 millimeters, and then the system says, okay, pass, go, you can go for it. And then I measure that, it passes, and then now I can receive my product. Apply, I forget to set the quantity. You could work with barcode, of course, like we do usually with Odoo. But you see how simple it is. You start with a quality alert, you have statistics on everything, you create a control point, and then the inventory has the quality checks that are automated. Imagine how you manage that when you have 6 different software for the same operation. It's people that send email, please verify, and they will forget, and you have to tell them, verify that 50% of the reception you do that. Of course, they will forget, and they will only do 5% on the next one, and then they will forget. There, it's fully automated, and they get a warning when they receive, when they deliver, when they manufacture. I did it on the reception here, but you could have it on the work order too, when you produce. Okay? So you have the quality alert, and now let's say it doesn't work with this supplier. It always sends us something that is broken. So we decided to change the plan and work with another supplier and other kinds of pieces with a stronger one. But you cannot change just like that. You have to do an engineering change order because the logistic have to find a new supplier. The engineering have to redesign the BOM, maybe change the way you do the product. And the manufacturing engineering have to change the worksheet for the worker because maybe the assembly operation is a bit different because you change the piece. So I change my hat and now I will work as an engineering for the product lifecycle management product. Okay, you follow me? So I change and I will go to the PLM and I will go and create an engineering change order. So I have 0 engineering change. I'll create a new one and I expect to change something on the product. Change bolt on laptop. And you could decide to change the bill of material, the routing, or both. Bill of material and the routing. Let's say just the bill of material. I will do that on a computer SCS 234, and that's it. And I start. You can define your own process like usual with Odoo. So I save, and the next step is in Odoo, always the next step is the green button, okay? So it's super easy, you follow the green buttons. We do carrots for the users. So let's click on the green button, done. And now I have a new revision of my bill of material. So as an engineering, I can start working on my new bill of material, which is here, and we'll change the bill of material. So here is my bill of material. I can attach files for the plans, the AutoCAD files, or I can change something. Let's say I need, we'll deliver with 2 mouses, okay, like that. And I will remove the graphic card. Here it is. Yes, I want to remove the graphic card. And I want to add a little server, like this one. So you do all the change on your bill of material. That's it. And if you come back to your engineering change order, you have the details of the change that are here. So I put one little server more and a graphic card less. Okay? So it's very easy so that you see the difference between the different things. And you can start working on the process and validating the different steps. So you will need validation of the engineering logistic because logistic you have to sync with the new supplier and everything. So what you will do is to design your own process. So you will have like logistic validation, like this, and this step will go here, like this. And on every step of the process, you could create some constraints. So we'll customize this, and I will edit the step here. And I will say, at that time, I want the manufacturing, the manufacturing, which is these users, you can put several, just one, he should be able to comment only. So I want to warn him, but he will not accept or reject it just because he needs to be informed. But I need the supply chain, which is this user too. I select another user, the same, okay. And he can approve, but the approval is optional. So if he doesn't approve, we can move forward. Or you could say, he is required to approve. We will not be able to move forward past this step if this guy, this department did not approve. I do it, of course, for the whole process and not just for one single thing. So you configure once and it applies to all your engineering change orders. Here it is. And now I think if I want, I am the administrator, so we'll consider that I approve. But you see, approve or reject. If I reject, it will not be able to pass by. And so on. So there will be control on the step, and the people will get alerted when needed. And once it's done, let's put it effective. Now I can apply the change, and it will, you see the bill of material revision 1, I can apply the change. And now if I go to my bill of material of my product, it will be the revision 1 instead of the revision 0. So you have synchronized 5 different departments on the process very easily. They all discuss by email because you have the chatter of Odoo as usual, where people discuss. You have the history. If they answer by email, you get the history here automatically, where people can follow. You have some agreements, so approvals to some of and comments for others. And all the process about changing a bill of material and deploying it into production is fully efficient. Okay? Usually we have the manufacturing that set a date and say, okay, we'll deploy at that date and so on. But I did it very quickly, but you know how an engineering change order should work. So we can manage the engineering change order, revisions, documents. You can attach, of course. I did it very quickly, but what you usually do, you come here, you check, let's say the mouse, and you attach the document, which is the AutoCAD file or the plan of the product. So of course we do the revision of all the document, TXT file, like this. So now we see that we have one document, and you could have all the version you can rate and so on. So we have the revision, the document, the process, the validation process, and the whole workflow of an engineering change orders. So engineering change orders, we manage approvals by roles that could be comments or blocking. We can customize the workflow. You could have a new product introduction, NPI, or just a change of a worksheet. It's of course not the same process if you introduce a new product or if you just want to change something on the worksheet. So you can design different workflows. We manage the worksheet updates too. The good thing is, it's not finished. I forget to show you good things. You can deploy it easily. We manage the versioning, and we trigger alerts for the manufacturing. Of course, now that I deployed a new bill of material, I have to warn my worker that the next time he will build a product based on this new bill of material, you have to take care. It's not the same than usual. So you could, on your work engineering change orders, where is it? It's here. You could click here, create an alert, and now I created an alert. So next time someone will open a work order for this product, he will get an alert that says you have to change something. I can customize the alert if I want. Let's go to the manufacturing. Operation, work orders message. So this is the alert I defined for him, but I can say, let's make it more visible. This is bold, this is goes to the line, and you have to change this. And that's the alert that will be, oh, my product is missing. And this is the alert that will be shown at the work order the next time someone will build something for this product. So all the information, as usual, flow smoothly across all your process. Okay, so you have the PLM with versioning, engineering change orders. When you approve, we manage version, we define the plan. You have version management for the bill of materials and the routings. And I already showed you the control plan. So if something goes wrong, the quality create quality controls that will trigger quality checks at reception, delivery. Or I showed you for the reception, but it's the same in the work order or the delivery. You could do quality checks at intake, in process, or post process, and the whole communication about sending an alert and everything flows with the chatter or the alert system that I just showed you. Here, that's about manufacturing. We can move forward. We also do maintenance and repair. We do supply chain. We have communication tools, sales. Let's have a look, for instance, at the maintenance. So if you go to the maintenance, you can manage all your machine. So we have two concepts in Odoo. We have the work centers, which is usually defined as a set, a place where you produce. So it's usually a set with one or several people and one or several machines. That's a work center. But you also have the machines and the equipment. That's just one machine. Okay. So work centers could be several machines and people. You could manage at different levels. Of course, they don't have the same cost. When you have the work center, cost is the cost of the people plus the machine. When you work on the machine, it's just the cost of one machine. So let's have a look at the machine. So you have all your equipments that are here. We manage the maintenance request on all your equipments. So you have the maintenance request and the maintenance calendar. I have nothing to do for this month. Fine. Or you can manage it as a Kanban, like this if you prefer. Usually our customer prefer this approach, but sometimes people manage with a calendar. The maintenance request could be created manually from the work center control panel, the tablet, or you could create them directly from here yourself. Okay, by clicking on the create button. But if you configure something on the machine, let's go on this one. You could go on the maintenance tab. And from there, you can set, okay, I have a preventive maintenance frequency of 90 days. So every 90 days, it will create a maintenance request for you. So it automates the calendar of all the maintenance requests for you. The maintenance operation is about 2 hours. And then you can set the target as an expected mean time before failure. That's the key statistics of every maintenance team. It's MTBF, MTTR. So we have an MTBF of 90 days. And the system will automatically compute for you the mean time before failure and the estimated next failure and the mean time to repair. So for now, it's empty because I had no operation on that, but the system will compute so that you know which are the next machine you should look at, which are based on the past of the operation you had on the machines. Okay? So even that is fully automated. So your work centers are automated. It takes into account the blocking time that I showed you that it also impact the OEE, overall equipment efficiency. And you have on the machine the history of all the maintenance requests that are here. Then you can use as usual. You can say, okay, I'm blocked on here. There is a problem. I alert my manager and so on. But for the maintenance, you could also have a look at the work centers. You have the usual things like OEE, number of hours that we lost because of maintenance, performance, efficiency factor, capacity. There are 5 people working on that. The target for the OEE is 90%. The time before production, that's usually, and the cost per hour, because you also integrate with costing. And if you install the accounting, also we post all the accounting entries for you. Okay? Let's have a look at the OEE. And we have a detail for this equipment. We lost 120 hours because of material availability. We lost 60 hours, or minutes, sorry, I think, because of an equipment failure, and the rest was fully productive time. Good. So it's okay, we have an OEE of how much? I forget. 96%. Or you could drill down on the performance or the number of hours that have been lost. Okay? So fully integrated with maintenance, KPIs, and everything. You have dashboard. I skip all the dashboard, but you know the reporting of Odoo, and they are great as usual. So you could come here and say I will filter on admin only, or I will do by category and then assign, and then I want to remove the admin, and you have your statistics like this in real time. So and you have that on everything, of course. Or if you prefer a pie chart, you zoom to the pie chart. You remove this one and this one. And if you like it, you can save the search so that it becomes a KPI for the whole company. Okay. That's for the maintenance, but you get that on all the application of Odoo, of course, as usual. We also have great reports on everything. I already showed you the master production schedule, but we have report about the costing, the traceability, the time tracking, inventory forecast, SPC, root cause analysis, APQP, PMEA, engineering change order statistics, OE, I already showed you, mean time before failure, mean time to repair. All the KPI of goods manufacturing industry are fully computed for you. No need for admin people to compute all the things and do Excel sheet and try to work with the Pastec KPI that are green outside but red inside. Now it's computed and read by the system. Okay. Maybe I should show you one of some of these reports. So let's go to the manufacturing. Okay, and I can go to. You have different things. We can have a look at OEE. Here it is. You can filter by one center. That's always the same. And group by user. Date. Maybe I should show you something interesting. The OEE is red because we are not on target. I've shown you, I think, that the target was 90%. This one is not red because 96% is okay. So we play with visual indicator so that the manager directly sees what's good or not. I will show you something interesting as a manager. Let's say that the time to produce here, it's not 60 minutes, it's 1 minute. Okay, and I start working. The first 1 minute I will work on this manufacturing operation will be registered as fully productive time for the OEE. But what comes after 1 minute will be a loss, a slowdown loss in the TPM methodology. Okay. So I work, I do something, I can block, I can scrap, Of course, if I block, it's not a slowdown time. It could be a maintenance issue or a defect of a machine or whatever. So I'm in 36 seconds. So you still have to wait 25 seconds to see what I'm talking about. We could go to the lunch. Maybe it's too long. We go to pause. We go to lunch and we come back. So we continue processing. So you have the log of all the operations. Of course, the worker do not see that. If you go in the tablet interface for the work center, it's simplified and they don't see that. It's because I am a manager that I have all these informations. 59, 1 minute. Let's wait 3 seconds more. And now let's say I finish, so I record the production. And as you can see, in my overall equipment efficiency, I have 1 minute that is recorded as a fully productive time, and I have 5 seconds, which is reduced speed. So my OEE has been reduced by 5 seconds. Okay? Try to do that without Odoo. Good job. Good luck. And everything is fully automated. I have nothing to do. Just click record production. And I have the worksheet, so even the worker will like because we simplify their life. Everything is on the tablet for them. Costing and traceability. To show you the traceability, I have to activate the lots and serial numbers management. So I go to the settings and I will activate track lots and serial numbers. Okay. Let's go to manufacturing and let's go to reporting and we check the traceability of the lots. Let's get this one. And now you can go to the traceability report for this serial number. And I've seen a laptop, and this laptop has been used with the manufacturer with these 2 components. You can always click and drill down, and you see the manufacturing orders with all the things. You can still always drill down to the cost analysis or I have no work order here, but you can drill down to the work orders and try to understand what happened on this specific operation. You can come back to the traceability. That's the upstream, but if I want the other way around, I can click here and I got the downstream traceability, so I can move in the graph of all the operations of the system. So that's fully upstream and downstream traceability from the supplier to the customer and all manufacturing operations. And you can drill down everywhere. So I want more information about this manufacturing order. I can click on cost analysis and I have my cost analysis. In my cost analysis, I have the cost of the raw materials, but also have the cost of operations. This one has no routing, so it's 0. And also the cost of the scrap if you had scrapped some products. I have no scrap anything here. You could also register, that's for one specific manufacturing order, but if you prefer doing it on a product, let's go to products. Laptop, customize, where is it? Customize this here, and you get for this specific product. Okay. And you can always the same, click drill down, zoom, and go to the details of the information. So all the report without to do anything, fully set up out of the box, without registering a lot of things. I did not register a lot of data, I just click on a few buttons. But we were working also multi-level variance management. So if you have size and colors and you want to register an inventory with a grid, that will appear in version 10. Improved communication mechanism. I didn't show you everything, but you already had a good idea of what I was talking about. We also improved supply chain with blanket order, purchase tender, and agreements. Inventory alerts I already showed you. Quality test I already showed you. Clear? Okay. And it's used by Toyota, so it's probably the best customer you could have in the industry, which is a proof that it works fine. They don't use this version; they use the version 9. This version I showed you is the version 10, but they will of course migrate to version 10. But version 9 was already doing all they wanted, as well as Hyundai, Danone, things like that. And if you want to use it, we will release it in August 6th to August of this year. For online users, for those that use Odoo Online. And for an on-premise user, the Odoo version 10 will be released in October. I think it's October 3 of this year. And that's it, basically. Any question? It's I understand it's a lot, but. Yeah, I couldn't show you everything, but you can track serial numbers or lots number. We manage both at every operation, with or without barcode. You choose whether it's a work order, reception, and delivery orders, and by product. Some products by serial numbers, other by lots, and it's fully integrated by default.
And what if we want to apply ECOs to the individual serial number?
Normally, an ECO is to change a process or a bill of material, not a single product. If you want to change a single product, it's a repair order. And you have to install, I didn't show you that, but we also have a repair application that under repairs on products. We also have unbilled, if you want to do the operation again. It's a new thing. I didn't show you everything because it's already a lot, but you could use unbilled or repaired, unbilled orders.
In the MPS, if you do change the forecast, does it change also the manufacturing orders automatically, or does it generate new ones?
It generates new ones. We don't change what's already firmed, because you probably already ordered with the vendor, or if you add more quantities, it will generate a new one with the delta, so you don't have to do the math yourself. It computes everything for you. Any other question? Yes? Yeah?
What if we have two different production sites, which are locally based?
Okay, for those that know Odoo, we manage multiple warehouses with the concept of packing operation, which is here. So on your dashboard, you could have, here I have a reception for your company, but I think I have a reception for the Chicago warehouse here too. We apply the same concept that we had in version 9 to the manufacturing in version 10. So if you go further, you could use the push and pull rules and the routing, for those that know Odoo, on manufacturing orders too. So you could do routing that trigger manufacturing orders, other routing that subcontract the piece to a vendor. So it's way more powerful than before, because now everything relies on the same concept. So if you check here, as you can see, the manufacturing operation for this warehouse is in here, and for my manufacturing orders. It's a short answer, so you have to go into the details, but basically we manage everything you want. Yes? So, sorry, can you repeat?
Your MPS.
Yes.
Support safety stocks, different safety stock settings, like
so the question is, can we put a safety stock on the MPS?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Coverage.
Yeah, of course. So if you go to manufacturing, I go to the master production schedule, which is here. It's called master production schedule, but it could be master purchase schedule too. You could use it just to schedule the purchasing if you prefer. Okay, we use the same system for both. Yes, the target is here. So by default here, the target is 0. You don't see 0 because there is 13 on stock, but let's say I create a demand forecast of 30 here and then 20 here. You will see that it will always adapt the quantity so that it stays at 0. But if you want to set a minimum target, which is a security stock, I can put 5 as a security stock. So we'll produce a little bit more. Here it will produce 22 to stay at 5.
That's a fixed one, but you can say, for instance, old order for coming 5 weeks of demand.
Okay. After the usual rules of Odoo, which are multiple quantities, a minimum quantities per vendors, and all the things applies, of course. So, but that's another system of Odoo. I don't know if you know Odoo version 9, but you already have all the mechanism that says for this vendor it's minimum 5, for this one is minimum 10, or you could create maximum stock rules if you want to guarantee a stock level on a specific location. But that's the mechanism that already exists in version 9 of Odoo. Yes?
The workers, are they seen as users?
There is two approaches. So the question, I don't know if everyone understands the question, but the question is, are a worker a user? You choose. You could say, I create one user per tablet. So you register the tablet and they don't have to log in, log out, and that's it. It's good because it's easy. It's not good because you don't have a great traceability. You know that someone failed at this work center, but you don't know who. And if you prefer, you can create one user, per person. But then they have to log in before registering before going in the work center control panel. Any other question? Okay, I don't know if it's because it was not clear. So good. So what was the timing? I had to finish at 6, so I'm early done. That's fine, we can get a drink. So just to finish, we'll start with a few online beta testers so you can send. Oh, I forget something very important. I just want to thank Jos, which is the lead developer that developed everything for this application. So he's here. If you have questions. And we would never have done that without him. So he was already one of the architects of the inventory application, but that's something good. And you can send him an email if you want to be part of the beta testers. The beta tester, we only accept customers that are on Odoo Online because we already used Odoo Online before on-premise solutions. So if you are already using Odoo today on Odoo Online and you are interested in being beta tester, means you will have to spend more time testing, but you will get the feature earlier. You can send an email and we can try to work with you earlier because we would like to validate this with a few key customers before deploying to all the other customers.
Could you comment briefly the difference, the main improvement between version 9 and version 10? If it's to be summarized, I'm not sure.
So the question is, could you explain the difference between version 9 and that's the current version of Odoo and version 10? We have changed in all the application. Today, I just show you the manufacturing. So if you want to see accounting in sale, you have to follow the other conference we are doing. But for the manufacturing only, because the version 10 will have improvements in all the apps, a lot of apps, and even new apps for some of them. So quality is new, maintenance is new. We already had equipment, but not the full maintenance system. PLM is new. The work center panel is new. The master production schedule is new. So most of the things that I showed you is new, but on the current version 9, the whole manufacturing is working. So you have a manufacturing order, work order, all the things are already working in version 9. We have a lot of customers in the manufacturing.
So my question would be, I'm using version 8 now, so the best solution would be to go to version 10 immediately.
Or 9.10, then 10. So the way we work is that so you are not online, you are on-premise. With all our customer can upgrade. We do the technical upgrades for the upgrades in terms of training, assistance, you have to have the partner. But the technical upgrade is included in every maintenance contract, which is €20 per month. So you can already submit your own database and we will convert it to Odoo 9 for free. Whether you use it or not, it's your system. You can even submit it 10 times if you want, but we will do the job. The first time you will submit your database, we might request a few weeks or days, because we'll check a test and everything that works. And the next time it will be automated. So you can just ask a migration just to play with it. And if you like it, you can switch or not. So it's free to test, to say it in another way. So ask us to migrate your database and you will choose afterwards if you like it or not. But it's better to contact your partners, because your partner can explain and train you, because things change everywhere, including in the interface. The interface you have here is not the same you have probably. That's the interface of version 9. It didn't change between version 9 and 10. So a bit of explanation would help if you have a partner, if you work with a partner. Any other question? Yes?
I'm new to Odoo, and I understand you upgrade between versions, specifically for an application or given application. You know, it's October for the production. What about timeline for other modules which are already in the pipeline, which could influence our
No. So there are two questions. One is about the upgrade. The other one is about the release cycle. Let's start with we have two versions of Odoo. I did not expect having people that do not know Odoo here. So I should have explained the basics before. But basically, Odoo has three products. One is Odoo Online. You use it online. So you subscribe on the website and you start using it. If you use only one application, so if you need a sale or inventory or website or whatever, one application is free, but then you have to pay if you need more than one application. But at least you can already start with one application. Even if you need more than one application, it's a free trial. So you can install 10 applications, play with it, and you have 30 days free. Usually we recommend small companies, less than 50 users, to use Odoo Online, because everything is there, it's already out of the box. You start with a bit of service, and everything is included in the subscription, implementation service, customization, and support. Okay, it starts at €20 per user per month. Could go up to 40 because all the service of the support depending on the apps you install. So that's the best way to start if you are small. If you are bigger than 50 users, you probably have bigger problems. And so you probably need a partner that will train you, do the change management, gap analysis. He will analyze all your business needs, customize Odoo, maybe do some specific developments. And so you will use Odoo Enterprise, which is on-premise. So we don't host it because it's customized and different. And the partner will do the service for you. Whether you use online or enterprise, we manage the migration. If you do online, we do the migration and everything, all the support tickets. If you do enterprise, we do only the technical part of the migration. So you submit your database, we give you a new one which is converted, but we'll not train you, not support you. Usually it's the service done by the partner. Another release cycle, Odoo Online users are upgraded every 2 months. So part of the features I already showed today are already existing for online users. So we deploy new features every 2 months. And Odoo Enterprise users are upgraded when they want, on demand, but we release a new version every year, which is good because when we release a new version, when I say we'll release Odoo 10 for Enterprise users, on-premise users, in October, it means that we will already have thousands of users using it because of the Odoo Online. The product is the same between the both offers. It's just the service and the hosting is not the same. Is it clear?
So that means when you say accounting version 10, that also comes into.
Yeah, but accounting will not change that much. It's already all the things that we have in version 9. It's already in version 9, already for our current customers. But I can give you an example. We introduced recently for Dutch customers CAMT 053 for Dutch from the Netherlands customers, which is like SIPA and CODA we have in Belgium. This is already existing in Odoo Online, but it will appear in Odoo Enterprise only in October. And we will have the same for MRP. This MRP system I showed you, MRP is already available on Odoo. I mean, all the new features that are coming will be available in August in Odoo Online and then in October for Odoo Enterprise. The thing is that our bigger customer, they don't want they want a release less frequently. So 1 year is already good for them. And the small customer, they are happy to have the new feature as soon as they can. So we upgrade our small customer every 2 months. That allows us to be flexible and get feedback very quickly, and so that when we release something, it's already clean because tested by tens of thousands of small customers. And having said that, I should add something else. Most of the ERP are sold as one shot. If you buy Microsoft Dynamics, SAP, or whatever, it's a one shot. And usually the business model is that you invest a lot, it costs a lot, but you invest for next 7 years, okay? And then you have the system, and you probably never upgrade it because it's too expensive. And and when you will want to upgrade it, it will cost you the same price than what you purchased at the beginning. That's the business model of all the ERP software vendors. The thing we did differently at Odoo is that when we started in this model, we said we don't want this. We don't want to lose our customer after 7 years. We want a business model where our customer upgrades with us. And it's a challenge. Nobody succeeded to do that in the ERP world. We did it, and it worked. We even upgrade our customers every 2 months, which is crazy. But at least the product is evolving super fast, and we get feedback, and we can react very quickly. And so in order to do that, we had to include something incredible. When I started, everyone told me, no, you can't do that, you will lose a lot of money, and it's just not possible. We included the upgrades in the maintenance contract. So when you pay 20 euro to get the software, you also have the upgrade service, because upgrade is super complex, and upgrade in an ERP. That's why I say sometimes we need a few weeks, because we have teams that have to test, play, every customer is different, but it's part of the price. So not only the price is super cheap, but it includes the technical part of the upgrade. The rest, which is training, customization, checking that if testing and everything, is a service that is provided by the partner, or you do it yourself. So the business model of Odoo is to say we have a software that evolves quickly. We want our user to evolve with us, and we think they will be happy with that, and they will even pay a few days of consulting to the partners for this service. So it's good for the partners, it's good for us, it's good for the customer. To do that, we had to solve something incredible, which is we want continuous upgrade with our users. And I think 7 years ago, it was not important, but I think today is important, because can you imagine using a Nokia mobile phone today, which is, I think, 5 years old? Nobody wants to use that. The technology is evolving so quickly that you can't expect buying software for 7 years. It's important now to upgrade if it's 3 years. You need a tablet, you can do that with Microsoft Dynamics SAP, it's too hard. So you need to have frequent release like that to be up to date with the technology. Is it clear?
Is the online version capable of being used when your client is using internet via a satellite?
So the online version requires internet. That's the first thing. So you need internet to use the online version. And for most of the countries, it's not an issue. They all have a correct internet connection. If you are afraid that your internet connection might lose, just buy another one. And you do fault tolerant network. It just costs 50 euro, and that's it.
When the internet connection is via satellite, there's a delay.
Yeah, and the problem is that in some countries, you could have a slow internet connection. There, it's better to use on-premise and not online. The thing you have to know is that for the online, but you have seen the interface. If I come back here, you see that it's very fast. There is not a lot of loads of page. If I go to let's say customer, I get a customer here. I click next. Next. You see, it's as fast as I can click. We use a fully Ajax methodology, so we don't reload page at every click, a bit like Facebook and Gmail, which minimize the number of requests first and the data transmitted. But if you have if you work by satellite, it could be a bit too slow. So we suggest to do on-premise. For very big customer, we work for Médecins we do that for La Croix-Rouge. No, I think we do that for Médecins Sans Frontières, but it's a huge project. It's a 1 billion company, so not everyone can afford that. We synchronize the different instances because they work in lots of countries in Africa and have to synchronize for the logistic and accounting. We do it by satellite, and sometimes the 2 points that have to be synchronized are not online at the same time, so they have to synchronize in 2 steps. But it was a huge project, so we could do that, but only for the big projects. If you have a very small project, if you don't have a correct internet connection, use on-premise, otherwise use online if you are small. So the question is, what's in community, what's in enterprise? So the idea is that everything which is in community stays in community. It's like Vegas. And the new features there, like a PLM, maintenance, quality, MPS, are in enterprise. So the improvements on the manufacturing order, work orders are in community, and the rest is in enterprise.
first time I heard about Odoo. Do I get the full option for 20 euros?
All the apps.
Just sign.
Welcome to Odoo. and actually you have more than that. There are, maybe I can show you a few things. Let's say you want to increase. You have a great manufacturing industry. Now you want to sell to online customer. So you want to launch a web shop or website. How it works with Odoo, you go to the apps. It's the app store. We have 7,000 apps on odoo.com/apps. You select an app. Here I only the official. Say I want an e-commerce. You install, and your system is upgraded in real time. So you will get an e-commerce for your system. No extra. It's the same price because it's 20 euro for everything. Of course, you need the service. If you need a designer to design, we have templates, so you could start with a template. Or I'm in the development branch, but I can show you on Odoo.com because it's a development branch. The MRP is not released yet. But let's say you want anything, you just click and install. So you could have, if you want to launch a real shop, you go to a shop. I don't know if the internet connection is okay here. Okay. And you have to imagine that on an iPad tablet, and then you can start working and with a barcode or like that. I think that's one application. Is the shop. It's a touchscreen on a tablet. This one is fully. It even works if I disclose the internet connection, because we use the local storage of the server and we synchronize when we get the connection back. So no maintenance, nothing. But if you want to a new website, let's go for a new website. And start now, it's free because one application is free. So if you just need a website, it's free. You just create a company, blah, 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 phone number. It's your real phone number. It costs money to have salespeople running for nothing. We have a great voice over IP connector too. And now he's creating my website. So in a few minutes, I will have a website that you can connect to your manufacturing, to your sales, to everything you want. So as I choose the website, the first step will be to choose the theme. So it will ask me a theme. We do offer a few themes by default. So let's get started with this one. So I can install. And it will set up a website for me. And after, I could install more and more modules. If I need an e-commerce, if I need to recruit people, I install the job management. If I need call to action, I install some forms designer. I need to send a mass mailing, I install the mass mailing application. And all those things are fully integrated with the same user interface and everything. So if I go to my website, here is a website, but it's empty. I have to design it, but let's do it. You will see how easy it is. Let's start with, did I change? I don't find the one I liked. Okay, this one. And then I will put some numbers here, and then I will put some, it's just drag and drop, as you can see. I will put this number here. And then number, I only need 3 numbers, so I will just remove this one like this. But I want to reorganize so that it takes the full width like this. So I just drag and drop. And you see, respect the grid. Every designer has a grid in mind. So everything is perfectly aligned. So I don't need to be a designer, I create my own website. I want to change the title, 10% off on iPad. Here it is, and I have a website which is ready in 10 seconds. And you have to imagine that on all the application of your company needs. I cannot show you all Odoo now. It was already 2 hours to show you manufacturing, but it gives you an idea. And after we do blogs, or we could do SEO. Let's say you sell iPad, Retina screen, so I do SEO. And my title of the page is iPad Retina screen. Okay, so I put my keywords to reference in Google, iPad Retina screen, and the system analyzes and it says, for Retina, people on Google are looking for Retina display. Okay, I did a mistake. It should be iPad Retina display. If I want more visitors, I have to target better the keywords. Normally, you have to use another software. And it's always the same with Odoo. Everything is fully integrated so that we simplify the technology for you. So I change iPad Retina display. It becomes blue. The team is not beautiful, but it becomes blue to say, okay, you targeted the right keywords, so you will get more visitors. No need to be a technical developer, no need to understand SEO, the things, the technology is abstracted. And you can do that for everything. And everything is fully integrated. So you need more features, or by default, it also works on mobile. So if I click on mobile, I get a mobile version of my website with a clean menu, which is here. And I can scroll down with my numbers here. And you can grow like that. So if I want to go to the contact us, I have this. Of course, I can change the page. So I click. Our offices are open from Monday to Friday, from Monday to Friday, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but that's not enough. I need a call to action, so I need to acquire visitors with a form. Always the same, you go to the App Store, you install an app, you select an app and you install the app. So I search for contact form, here it is, I install, and it will upgrade my system and provide more features. And the good thing with Odoo is that you can start with one application, just sale or just purchase or website, whatever you want. And the more you install, the more they integrate to each other. So now I have a contact form which is here. I can fill in my contact form. That's Fabian. Even that is modified. Let's say it's not your name, it's a personal name. Okay. Email. I do it quickly because it was not part of today's presentation. The good thing with Odoo is that it's so cool that you can do everything in real time. Like this, even if you didn't plan to make a demo, I was updating the page, so I'm not filling the form. Okay, so I do that, and now I send, and because I installed the module that depends on the CRM, now it's fully integrated with my CRM. So I have business opportunities on my sales, so now I can trigger sales meeting and so on. So if I go to the backend, okay, I have the application that I've been installed, sales website. I can go to sales, and I have a dashboard with meetings and action. If I go to my pipeline, I should have my opportunity, which is here. I can click on it like this, schedule a meeting, and we fully integrate with Google Calendar. No need to know to who you get a meeting because it comes from the website. So it's a meeting, and there it is. For now on, I don't have sales. I just have a CRM, so calls, next action, meetings. I can set my targets. I should do 2,000 activities and 5,000 euro on this month. I have two types of sales, those that come from the website and those that come from the direct. Everything is fully integrated with mass mailing. So let's say with email, you can use this email, go to Gmail, and customer can send you and fully integrate with Odoo. No need to set up anything, your mail gateway is integrated. So I go to send an email. I need a price, like this, send. Don't do like me, don't have 83,000. And now if I go to my pipeline, I have a need a price which is fully integrated, and I can answer by email. And we integrate all the business activity of the company like that. Okay, clear? Okay, so now we have a small drink there, and we can continue discussing in the hall. Thank you. Ah oui, on va voir si ça marche.